Well, if it isn't the old Gizzletees, aka YouTube. I'm outside my house right now, walking around, testing the sound quality on these Bluetooth to record with. We've got Pippa. She likes when people are out here with her. I did not check to see if I was stepping in poop, so hopefully I didn't, because I have not been around to check for poop. The spot that you saw back there was where I had a pool, and it killed the grass. That's what it does. Let's do this. Check this out. Yeah! I think this is like one of only 2 videos I've ever done where I'm walking around. The other one was with Jim's laptop. You guys remember Jim? I think I have at least a video that still survived the purge that has him in it. He used to sit in the background and make noises like, "Arr!" You know? That's what he did. That was Jim. Good old Jim. It's my trampoline. Kids leave their giant dog on there. It just looks like somebody murdered it. It's just like, ooh, it's dead. But yeah, here I am at my house, walking around outside. There's a monarch butterfly. It's moving around all beautiful. The yard's kind of a mess. There's a big storm. Stuff was blown all over the place. Our canopy got ripped. And I have not fixed it yet because the heat has been so hot. Like the beard. Let me tell you what's going on here. There's a show called The Great British Baking Show. And it was on season 2, I believe. There was this guy that had a huge red beard. Okay? It was awesome. He was awesome. And, he talked all British like and everything. It was cool. And so he's making this ice cream cake. And then this mean old lady that's on there too takes his cake out of the freezer because it's near her table. And she's like, well, I'll need to put my cake in the freezer. And yours was in the way. Didn't you got your own freezer? And so she takes his cake out. I'm going to walk into the garage because it's hot out here and I'm sick of it. She takes his cake out of the freezer and she puts it just on the table. Just out on the table. Ow! This door gets stuck. She puts it out on the table and just leaves it there. He comes back and then he finds it. He's like, oh, who put my cake on the table? What's going on? It's all melted. And he's like really mad. He's upset and he has a right to be, okay? He made an ice cream cake that looked beautiful and she just melted it like an idiot. And I'm not going to say it was vindictive, but it seemed vindictive. It looked like she did it on purpose. And so he gets so frustrated that when the person that like interviews everybody as they're doing everything comes over and is talking about it, he eventually goes and he just dumps it in the garbage. And she's like, no, wait, oh, you could have still presented that cake. And he's like, it's gone now. It's no good. So when it's his turn to present, he brings up the garbage can or the bin, as they call it. And they're like, where's your product? He's like, it's in the bin. And they get mad. They get British mad. That's where you don't actually get mad. You're just like, that was unfortunate. You should not have behaved that way. Whereas like in American, they'd be like, what's wrong with you, idiot? So they tell him like it was a bad idea. And he shouldn't have done that. And they said, you should have brought it up anyway. We still could have tasted it at least. And so he ends up leaving the show. He gets kicked off because he threw it in the bin instead of bringing it up. Like it was improper conduct. And so he does that. And then he's gone. He's like really frustrated too. At one point he walks off and he comes back like an hour later. And then the next episode, mysteriously, that lady that took his cake out of the freezer isn't there anymore. She had a medical thing that she had to leave for. In other words, they probably executed her or something, back in the Queen's Palace or something like that because she did something so stupid that was un-British-like. It was like just not proper at all, and she's gone forever. And so he didn't get a chance to come back, and it's all because he threw it in the bin. And we always felt bad for that guy because we really wanted him to win. He was like our pick, and he lost. And because it was all involving an ice cream cake, we called him Ice Cream Cake. That's his name. And now every time we see a character in a TV show or a movie with a long red beard, they're Ice Cream Cake. There's different versions of them. There's old ice cream cake. There's little ice cream cake. There's there's a guy on the series Game of Thrones who's one of the wildlings. I forget his name. He's always making like really vulgar jokes, and people are like just look at him like, what? Anyone who watches the show knows who I'm talking about at this point. But he was Ice Cream Cake. But yeah, we got to the point where the lady finally said she wondered how I would look if I grew my red beard into Ice Cream Cake beard. And that's what's going on. I'm in that awkward stage where it just does all these weird things and like it kind of hangs down, but it's looking weird. So yeah, I'm using beard oil and beard balm. I'm combing it daily. I haven't combed it or put the beard balm on yet. Today, getting ready to take the car into the shop. Hoping I'll make it there. Anyway, but yeah, so that's what's going on right now. That's why the beard looks the way the beard does. That's what I'm doing with the beard. Let's take the glasses off. I used to do that all the time. you doing? So here's something I'm gonna go ahead and disclose that I don't think I ever did in the previous videos. I'm sure you've noticed that I make faces, I make weird noises, I do like weird expressions and things like that. I have mentioned in the past. I mentioned in the past that I have Tourette's syndrome, but I don't think I ever mentioned that actually has to do with that's actually involved in how I make the videos, because it comes off as a fun and unique thing that I do. That's like, look, he always makes these faces and does these things, and he constantly changes his tone of voice and his accent, and he's playing with his hat and all this stuff. That is lunatics. Ew, that's like a cobweb back there, like right there. Ew. I had a dream that I was being forced to watch a big old fat spider walk into an ant hole and get eaten by the ants. That's nasty. I hate spiders. I really hate spiders. I admit that I have the arachnophobias. I can't stand them. The thought of them, and it's gross. It's gross. I hate spiders. But yeah, so that's the story behind the beard. And this is another video, because I kind of want to start doing them again. And I'm wait. I don't know why I haven't started earlier. I got a phone. I don't have to sit in front of the computer anymore. I don't have to plan for it. Look, I got this white backdrop. I wish I had a brick backdrop, but I have to move my computer around to do that. No. Brick. What about open concept? Garage. Anyway, I'm moving back and forth like I'm hot stuff right now. You know why? Because I'm hot stuff. So I will see you soon. Again, maybe. Stop it. Turn off.